here, and today I have another book haul for you. I know I've been doing a lot of these lately, and I promise I have other ideas for videos coming up. I promise it won't just be me showing you books forever, but I did actually go to the bookstore. I have a pretty unhealthy obsession with Kurt Vonnegut right now, so I went to the bookstore to pick up one Kurt Vonnegut book, and I found that they had this 50-cent book section. I've seen that section before, but this time they had a lot of really cool books, so I thought, I gotta grab some of these. So I believe that these are all horror sci-fi books, but I don't really know. I have never read most of these before. I mean, I haven't read any of these before, but I haven't even heard of most of these authors before. So it's possible that there are other categories, but these are books that just caught my attention. I thought that the covers were cool, or that the synopsis seemed awesome, or they were a Stephen King book. So let's just kind of jump into it. Okay, so these all were 50 cents. I don't remember what the section was called or why the books were 50 cents, but I'm not gonna complain. So the first thing that I got was Stephen King's Lisey's Story. I've never heard of this, but it's basically talks about how there's a husband and wife, and he's a novelist, a man of many secrets. Now 2 years after his death, it's Lisey's turn to face demons on a nearly fatal journey into the darkness he inhibited. I don't know what this book is. I've never read it. It kind of sounds like The Good Wife. I think that's what that movie was called. I think that's another Stephen King book where the wife kind of figures out that the husband's leading a double life. I don't know though. I know that this is being made into a show, I think, a TV show, but it was 50 cents and I thought, why not? I will give it a try. Let me know if you guys have read this and if it's any good. The next one I got, this is by Fred Saberhagen. No. This is by Fred Saberhagen. It's called Pyramids, and there's a little UFO guy there. And it basically just says that there's this guy, he has a great uncle, and he's made a fortune selling Egyptian artifacts. The guy will learn the hard way that the pilgrim was coming back aboard a ship that traveled both space and time. So it just seems kind of like a typical sci-fi book. I don't know. I just love anything that has to do with pyramids or Egyptian culture. So I just saw this and I thought 50 cents, why not? Next up, I have this one. It's called The Counterlife, and it's by Philip Roth. It just says Roth's most radical work of fiction to date about people enacting their dreams of renewal and escape, some of them willing to risk their lives to alter their destiny. So again, it just seems kind of like a sci-fi book. I don't know, but I liked the cover. I thought the synopsis sounded kind of cool, and it says $1 here, but on the back it says 50 cents. So this too was 50 cents. Next one I got, this one is called The Passage, a novel by Justin Crown. This is a TV show as well, and I don't know what this is about, but this has been in the horror section before for like $5, so I thought I might as well pick it up for 50 cents. Let me know if you guys have read any of these, honestly. But this is about a tale of catastrophe and survival. The Passage is the story of Amy, abandoned by her mother at age 6, pursued and then imprisoned by the shadowy figures behind a government experience of apocalyptic proportions. So I don't know if this is sci-fi, if it's thriller, if it's a mixture of everything. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have read this, but it's 50 cents, so I had to pick it up. The next one, this one I bought solely because of the cover. I thought the cover was really cool. So it's called Rex Stoutz's Nero Wolf's Fade to Black by Robert Goldsberg. I don't know, but I just thought the cover was so cool. And then on the back here, it just says, whether it's a case of soda or a case of industrial espionage, soft drinks have never been Neo Wolf's cup of tea. So with great reluctance and considerable prodding from Archie Goodwin, does the legendary sleuth agree to investigate the apparent theft of ad campaigns for Cherry O'Key Cola. Stealing turns to murder as a young executive lies bludgeoned to death, blah, 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 blah. So I think this is more of like a thriller whodunit type book, which I'm excited for. I loved the cover, 50 cents. So I just thought that this was a cool book. I don't know, it looks really interesting. Okay, next up, another Stephen King. This one is Full Dark, No Stars by Mr. King. And this one is 5 unforgettable short stories from the #1 international bestseller. Raw looks at the limits of greed, revenge, and self-deception. So a book of short stories. There's business cards in here. Counselor at law and attorney at law. I paid 50 cents for a book and an attorney. Can't beat those deals. Let me know if you guys have read this. It says, including the short story Under the Weather. I haven't read that. So let me know if this is any good. Next up, we have this one. This is called The Alien Earth, a novel by Michael Elder. First time in paperback. Trapped in the wrong century, on the wrong planet. So this is what it looks like. I thought this one looked cool. Again, seems like another sci-fi, well, yeah, it's called The Alien Earth. It's probably a sci-fi book. It says, flung out into deep space alone, the space pilot manages to crash land on a small planet, but he finds no help there. The natives have no technology. They're ignorant and brutish, endlessly fighting the people they call Romans. So he uses a long sleep pill once and then again, each time hoping that when he wakes, the civilization will have advanced enough to provide him help in repairing the ship. But then he wakes and sees the girl. Why leave? I just thought that that was an interesting synopsis for a story. Like, could you imagine you're crash land on a planet and you're like, oh, these people are not any help to me. I'm just gonna pass out for a few centuries. Next up, the last one that I got, this is another Stephen King book, and this is Desperation. So I heard that this was like a brother novel to The Regulators. Is that what it was? I don't know. Somebody had said that they're somehow combined or alike. I really don't know. Let me know if you guys know. But I did buy The Regulators not too long ago. That's written under Richard Bachman. And then so I picked up this one because I had heard somebody mention that they were somehow linked or brother novels in some way. So I picked this guy up. It just says that there's a place along Interstate 50 that some call the loneliest place on earth. It's known as Desperation, Nevada. It's not a very nice place to live. It's an even worse place to die. Let the battle against evil begin. Welcome to Desperation. So it seems interesting. It says it's surreal, tragic, scary, builds to an epic climax. Terror that resonates long after the book is finished. So again, 50 cents. So yeah, those were the books that I picked up. I just thought that they were interesting. A lot of them books that I probably wouldn't gravitate towards if they hadn't been 50 cents. I don't read a ton of sci-fi, even though I know that there's a lot of good sci-fi out there. And the sci-fi books that I do have, I really do enjoy. Sci-fi is like a hit or miss for me. It's one of those genres that I either love it or it's not my cup of tea. This way I get introduced to new authors. I mean, 50 cents, you can't beat that, right? So I'm really excited to read these. Plus I got to pick up a few other Stephen King books, so I'm excited for those too. Let me know if you guys have read any of these or heard of any of these. And that is it for the book haul. Like I said, I promise you I will have better videos coming up, not just book hauls and not just videos about books either. I'm going to be doing more about, you know, books versus movies and more movies and things like that coming up. I just haven't had a whole lot of time on my hands, and this wasn't an intention to do this video, but I thought I'd show you. But that is the video for today. I hope you guys stick around because I do have a lot more horror videos coming up. I will be posting Tuesdays and Thursdays from now on. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I'll see you then. Bye.